If you have just joined us here on Team Fortress TV, this is Admirable. I got my boy Mana with me. We got DavidTheWin on the camera. If you were hoping to see Dashner, well, he's turned into an ice cube somewhere, stuck on a highway. His car broke down. He's heartbroken not to be here, but the toucan will live on in his memory. This is our coverage of the ETF2L Season 20, powered by TT Esports Premiership Week 3 fixture, Lethal Weapon versus Reason Gaming. Reason took the first map 3-1 there, but as we said many times, it was closer than the scoreline would say.
It was a fantastic
I'm looking forward to a big game on Logjam here. What do you know about this map, American?
Not too much. I know of Heist, and he's a good guy as far as I know. And I've seen a couple matches on this, especially from ETF2L, so it should be pretty fun. It looks like a good map.
Yeah, it was actually the last map played in the Premiership in Season 19, just the way it worked
right.
out. It was the decider. But it's changed a lot since then. Like, there's been a lot of sort of cosmetic updates. If you look at last, it's looking a lot more pretty now. But even the gameplay features have changed a lot in recent versions. Like this area that I'm going to call Log Room, and most people call it that, in Europe at least. If you're coming from first to second, and then you're trying to move from second to middle, if you take the right route, this used to be a room with logs in it, so it's known as Log Room. Actually, there are 2 logs sticking out there from under that door. Well played, Heist. We got the visual reference. And then away over on the left-hand side, this is cave. It's the area that looks like a cave, right?
Yep.
You follow me?
Yeah.
Then we have the choke here, and this has been remodeled significantly. It used to be like a pretty narrow, frustrating place to play, but he's added some interesting geometry here. It's a lot wider at certain points, but it still has this sort of height that allows you to bomb in and try and get a position on the roof on mid there. But this particular version, Beta 19, came out just at the start of the week, right before the Logjam week started, and a few people were complaining, but it was mostly little bug fixes that Permzilla wanted, according to Heist. But he also re-added these big wooden log or plank piles on middle, and like this is making offering up some more interesting cover here. And this is maybe not going to have that big an impact on the actual mid fight itself, but whenever we're talking about like re-pushes from 2 to 3, like these wooden planks are going to be like a real boon for teams that are trying to make that push from second to third. It's going to give them a little opportunity to take a breather there without like being in the obvious place of hiding in the med pack hut or forcing them to go under. So like it also denies some sort of ridiculous sniper sight lines a little bit as well, perhaps. But I guess the raised bridge did that anyway. I haven't played this map enough, but I think the changes are largely for the better. I can't complain at all, Mana.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like a good mix between, like, well, I would say Sunshine, but that doesn't really make sense. But a little bit of Gully Wash, a little bit of Badlands. It looks nice, and from what I've seen, it plays well too. So give big credit to Heist for sure.
Yeah, the last point is like very Gully Wash to me. You know, got the point sitting forward from the spawn doors. Then you've got like a lower entrance, although it doesn't come behind the point, but it is starting to get an identity of its own, and it has slowly improved over the course of the last, I don't know, it's like since I remember it first being played in double mixes and stuff like last summer, like at the early last summer, so it's like almost 9 months, I guess. He could probably tell us, but it has been embraced lovingly by European Prem players. I suppose I got to point the finger of blame at like Sideshow and Ips. They were pretty vigilant or determined to get it played. We have gone live here, and it's going to be Reason Gaming coming out with the crits opener. Skage, the wild man with crits here. And this is a really smart move because like in defensive is very effective in this middle, so if you just wait for the crits, it could be huge for them. But who are you going to watch right now, Mana?
Cadis is getting in really far up.
Sorry, that was in.
Oh boy.
Kills off Skis there before he even gets the crits, and the follow-up comes in from the rest of his teammates, but huge pick there from Hafikul, making it a 2k in fact. Kills off Whiteglow, then Death does go down, but wow, just digging his team out of a huge hole in that mid-fight. I can only imagine that's the sort of play that they don't run in practice. You know, crits to mid on the first mid, maybe. They were a little unsure of themselves there, but Forsaken made this big direct bomb straight into Skeege, no protection. But Reason are gonna crush Monty and Forsaken here.
Yeah, they tried to make a play, and that definitely didn't pan out because there's 4 of them all getting healed. And it looks like they're going to push right back into choke. They spot the Shadowburn bomb. It's definitely the type of play he would make, and they're going to regain this ground on mid.
Shadowburn somehow survives despite doing all that damage and being deep into the enemy choke or on their little hut. Now he's backed out with that black box. His team are regrouping on the Spire. They know they're at a little disadvantage here, but they seem to feel confident that they can get it in time. Whitelow's trying to keep healing somebody while staying safe himself. He's on 100 health. Skeege's Uber is coming in, fade it. They only got one frag for it. Now here comes the counter Uber, Forsaken and Whitelow moving up on the high ground. Shadowburn's weak underneath. He's trying to jump back into the lobby, but Zub busts through and kills off Death there from that little window area. Shadowburn and Atomic will clean him up, but Walters runs into the lobby. There's no kit there to save him, and he's going to get sent to the spawn queue with Zub. Death is just about to respawn for Lethal Weapon, and they'll have an opportunity to push here. Looks like they want to go for it.
I can't believe Cadis just lived through that. I don't know if you saw that, but he was hiding right under the point, and he asked Skeege for an arrow, and then two of the Lethal Weapon players went right by him, but they didn't see him, and he just jumped out, and now he's still alive.
Oh, he is pumping out the damage on this mid fight, allowing Captain and Happyco to do work cleaning up here. Planet Express style special delivery. Walters is going to run forward, push Death back in through the left hand side towards lobby, and he's being cut off by Zub. Just relentless pressure here from Rees, and they are not giving these guys a single inch. Death down right now, free entry onto last. Cadis is going to go lower as Skeege pushes up top with Captain. Cadis is already sticking the point. They're setting up the play here. The stickies are being moved though. There are stickies on the point. Walters is trying to come in, but he's being denied by Forsaken. Forsaken with what? Skeege drops the heavy weapons guy at close range. He refuses to pop against the heavy at that range. He's going to go down.
That's a mistake on Skeege. That has to be, because Whitelow popped that Uber so early, and I thought Skeege was going to pop right into him. But that's ridiculous. Come on.
I guess. Yeah. No, Skeege has played a lot of Highlander as well. He knows how much damage that minigun does up close. What is it, like 500 damage per second or something?
It's a lot. It's a lot if you're close.
But
they're definitely going to regain this second point very easily, and they obviously have an Uber advantage. Oh no, they don't have much of an Uber advantage. Did someone go down right after that? Did Whitelow go down at some point?
I'm gonna say yes, but they're pushing it anyway. It's a dry push here onto this slightly altered mid on Beta 19. I think they Ubered at the same time.
From a bomb of Zub, and they're just gonna back out.
As it stands here, Death is down, no demo man up for Lethal Weapon, and Reason Gaming are going to push on that demo man advantage. Those area controlling stickies are no longer available for Lethal Weapon, but they do have an Uber charge here. They're going to go in and trade. They forced the multi on Reason, so even though they popped the second two earlier, but Cadis gets separated from his combo, forced out towards Choke, where he's going to get swarmed by all those Lethal Weapon players. He's gone down, and now that demo man advantage has reversed as Death is back on the field. Zub's doing a good job of spamming rockets into Choke here, turns around, puts one onto Monday as well, finds a frag there, but the rest of his team have gotten shreked on that cave side, and Skeege is just standing there in the middle like, where the fuck are my teammates? But it's Walters and Cadis coming up here, trying to regroup. Cadis is playing super defensive. He's trying to call Walters to come back to him, but
Hafikul is sniping from spawn into log.
That's powerful. And I think they know something's up.
I think they spotted him, yeah. The combo's pushing in and they spam it out, so he's gonna have to rotate back, or spawn back. And they're gonna just take this point probably for free, unless Cadis tried to bomb in, but he gets caught by Death instead. Reversal of picks there. Lethal Weapon are going to push in to the left side, and they're going to just keep rolling this in because they know they have a big advantage. They're just giving out heals right now, and they're going to push through the Shutter, maybe? Or left? Where are they going? Oh, Shutter, there we go. Yeah.
They're coming man, they're going to just Uber everyone in. They splash 3 players here. They're looking to find frags, but as the Uber fades, they found none. Just as I say that though, Captain and Zub both commit to the point. Death with the right click there. Going to kill off Cadis right at the end as well, and I thought Reason could have held on to that, but I guess the whole Lethal Weapon play was to force the action on the point, and somehow Death managed to make it work. I think the big damage coming out there, and wow, Lethal Weapon going to take, well, I'm going to say an early lead here on Lockdown.
It's definitely early.
They took the first round for sure. It was a long one. Tell me what's happening on this mid. I'm looking at Zoom.
Cadis got some early positioning with some early stickies, and Zoob with a good bomb on Wyclo there. Just going straight for the heart, and the lethal weapon aren't in position. Oh yeah, is that Forsaken trying to do a bomb onto Skeege? Nope, not gonna work. So yeah, Reason do a really good, essentially a distraction play, but they got Wyclo out of it, and they're gonna keep pushing in. There's a scout 1v1 at choke, but Haviko wins that one. Oh no, he doesn't win, but Atomic's still kind of running around behind. They definitely know he's around.
Reason going to be able to cap this. Atomic unable to contest that Spire, and already they're pushing ahead with their combo. They've got Cadis coming in top left on that attacking perspective. Captain's with him as well. Ski just runs on the point.
This is an easy
Goes
push
straight
for
for the
them.
cap as Cadis stickies him on, and that was just like, you say it was easy, but we saw Lethal Weapon fail so many similar pushes on the last map, so I salute you, Reason. Well executed. You made it happen. It's 1-1
Well
right now.
executed, yeah. That's definitely the better word for it. Although Forsaken was on Sniper for that last hold, which was really questionable, I gotta say.
He's not toggling today, I guess. This Shadowbird's gonna hop up onto his own hut here, sort of passive setup, but Forsaken's gonna be the first one to streak forward, and he gets it onto Skeege! He gets launched forward in mid-air by that Scaragun shot to the back, and it just gave him enough momentum to get around the corner and get those rockets onto Skeege. That was huge. Shadowburn is the beast in it here, landing big rockets.
Wow.
Kills off Captain, hits a nice splash onto Walters as well, and Atomic gets the cleanup, but Lethal Weapon coming out with a strong response. We could see like back-to-back 1 minute rounds here.
Yeah, seriously. Reason looked like they had good positioning initially, but they couldn't handle. They didn't have a beat on the bombs, and the lethal weapon bombs are really good. So of course, now they're gonna roll this Uber into last, and we have a Pyro and an NG from Reason, and Cadis is running the loose cannon too. This is like a pretty good map for those double donk arcs. Yeah.
He's got
that's a really good arc. Oh, and lethal weapon are gonna push in from the shutter door. The soldier jumps into their spawn basically, and he's getting really good damage. But they gotta destroy the sentry really quickly, and yeah, they get the sentry, and that's a pause. But I assume they cap this since the scout is on it, and there's nothing about to kill him.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna get this one. Like, there is no way he can die. I know these timers and stuff or the control points and shit keep moving after the pause comes in, but he's definitely capped this. It's gonna be 2-1 Lethal Weapon. They're back in the lead just after they allowed Reason to tie it up. Oh, that little cheeky pause and unpause.
Yeah, it looks like I guess someone disconnected, and they're just letting him back in.
They're teasing us here, just the way this has worked out. 90 seconds in the future in this game, a pause happened, but we're seeing it happen right now. The cap comes in, the crowd go wild.
There we go.
They're chanting his name. Monty, Monty. Super slow motion for that cap, you know, that was the action replay there. He got it. His team are in the lead by 1 round. We're going to the 4th middle here. 21 minutes left on the clock. It's anyone's game, man.
Yeah, it still is, and Russians are... Oh, what? Cadis gets an early pick on death. Demo on demo. I'm not going to say any more words about that. Demo on demo action.
D_9. Sit down, Death. You got schooled. And
Shadowbird's going to go for this hut play. Oh, he backs out because they spotted him. And yeah, Reason definitely going to push in because they have a demo man advantage. But yep, they're going to secure the second point, most likely. And it's even Uber's probably holding on last, unless someone makes a big play right now. Shadowburn goes down. So maybe they're just going to... Reason's going to just roll this all the way in.
Great push in there to CP4 there from Reason as well. Like, half a goal coming in from Cave, forcing the outnumbered Lethal Weapon players to reevaluate. They backed out. Now they have Uber on last. They've managed to get Captain and Skis to pop early, and Captain's already wasted all his rockets. He's going to use the shotgun to kill up Forsaken, and this is sort of interesting decision from Wyclo. He's chosen to drop his pocket there rather than Uber, but like, they can't push immediately because Forsaken's dead, and also this is the point where the pause happened, I guess. That's Shadowburn joining back.
That was the right decision to just drop him, because Captain was totally ineffective against that heavy who was just stalling him. Like, it was pretty comical to see him stalled just like at the shutter door. And
Forsaken's rockets as well were on point. You just had him bullied into that corner, juggled up. And here comes the push. This is the play they've been setting up. Forsaken sacrifice Forsaken to earn, or sorry, Whiteglow sacrifice Forsaken to earn this Uber advantage. And as they pop out, no frags come in. Reason Gaming just baiting out and backing off. So it's going to be a leapfrog here. They've taken territory, but they've given up the Uber advantage. And now they are about to face invulnerable shiny blue players coming through choke. But no,
Forsaken gets the pick on Skeej.
As Atomic comes in from behind. Gets the pick onto Skeej. Walters with the 2k though, kills off both those aggressive players. Captain finds Shadowburn, and it might just be worth it here. They haven't started capping that Spire. Hafiko's going for it, but already Captain and Walters are thinking of pushing last. Cadis isn't with them though, so it seems like they're just going to leapfrog again. They're going to take territory, but sacrifice that Uber advantage. Skeej with the option to respawn here. He can spawn forward. He's actually walking. He's going to stay Medigun. No crit shenanigans. And it will be Cookie Cutter for Reason and for Lethal Weapon as their heavy weapons guy. Monty goes back to scout. They're getting ready to push here, but
yeah, they have a huge
but
Uber advantage, and they're definitely going to capitalize on. Even if they make the same play as they did last push, it'll be good. Just getting out of your last is such a great thing to do. And there's the pop, and Captain gets a pick on Atomic though. This is kind of a little questionable, but they managed to get second and it's stabilized, and that's pretty good.
It's a little bit too easy for Reason to get these Ubers out of Forsaken and Whiteglow. Like, even though the Russians are engineering these situations where they have Uber advantage, it's nothing for Reason to be scared of. They just position themselves much better. They're making minimal sacrifices to get the Ubers out. So even though they're sort of going back and forth in terms of the Uber advantage here, the Reason have never really been a huge danger. Like, they are in control.
Yeah, it definitely feels that way. The way they're gonna push from log room, and Skeej pops on both Cadis and Captain, and they gotta get some picks with this. Okay, Captain gets one with death, and they take second point, which is also really good. Are they gonna be able to roll more picks in? No, Lethal Weapon just backs out.
A Demo Man pick is big though. They're gonna be able to just walk in on the left if they want to. They can go for an easy force here, but Shadowburn reads it, jumps forward and just spams as much as he can, bullies them out from that left hand side on the attacking perspective, and he's bought enough time for his team to regroup here. They have the advantage. Walters is standing around this corner, nobody's looking right. Walters is there, he's looking right at Whiteglow. He's gonna go for the backup. No, he goes for the force. Thought he was gonna make like the spawn defuse play there, but he does go for the force, gets nice shots into the back of Whiteglow there. He's gone down eventually, but the counter pop comes in here from Skeej, but they found the pick onto death. Again, they killed off Forsaken, and this sort of back and forth war of attrition seems to be looking good for Reason Gaming right now as they push with a 2-man advantage onto last. Cadis is already sticking the point. He's calling Happy Cool on there. Whiteglow is being left. Shadowburn goes forward to get a 2k there, but the point has been left wide open. They didn't even care. They're happy to die there. They're going to tie it up 2-2 here, mana.
Yeah, that was a good safe play from Reason, basically, to bait out the push and just get those picks.
Right now, Death is sort of whiffing the rollout a little bit. He's taking a lot of damage. He doesn't want to die again as he did on the previous middle. Cadis has full control here. Shadowburn trying to jump forward to intimidate Cadis out, but look at Zub, he's just walking in uncontested. He's not even jumping, he's just walking in to the enemy hut. He's got Walters with him as well. They're going to just assassinate Whiteglow there, and Reason are able to capitalise on this, but now there's a really messy play unfolding here. They've got Atomic behind, Death and Shadowburn were on different sides there. They've been cleaned up. Atomic's going to go down. Forsaken's going to throw himself in here with Monty, but they're slightly delayed. Zub sees the scout coming in, leaves the frag on Forsaken to Walters, and just a great team fight there coming out from Reason overall in what was a very chaotic situation.
Yeah, what helped was someone got a denial air shot onto one of the soldiers from Lethal Weapon and just totally stunted the push his bomb mid-air.
Big plays coming out from Reason. It's currently 2-2 in this game as we reach the halfway point. If you just joined us here on Team Fortress TV, this is ETF2L Season 20. It's Lethal Weapon versus Reason. Cadis manages to force Shadowburn to suicide there as he bombed directly in, but
Hafiko finds a little
throwing players at the joint. Yeah, and Hafiko just runs in underneath. Both soldiers jump in there aggressive, but no one's protecting Whiteglow. Skeej has remained alive here. Medic down for Lethal Weapon. And this is all but done in terms of capturing CP4 here for Reason. Monty's going to go in, and Shadowburn Skeege with the big surf, 30 health, refuses to pop.
Wow.
Atomic circling around there underneath. He's going to get spotted out. Skeege gave him the slip there. I think he was expecting to find the medic with all his teammates, but he just ran back to choke. Now he's coming in again. Huge Uber advantage and huge man advantage. They're just going to pop early here. They don't even need to go for the frags. They're stacking at the point. Whitelow's trying to block. Skeege is flashing the Uber on and off, but it doesn't matter. There's nothing Lethal Weapon can do here. They're 6 down, and Reason get another round on the board.
That medic play made that round easy for Reason. Seriously. That was an impressive surf and hold. Now we're going to see another round again, and Death kind of flubbed his rollout a little bit, so he's going into the alternate route. It looks like through log room. And Cadis is on point, and he gets a lot of damage on Death, and he gets the kill on Death, even.
Monty's going to go down as well. This is not looking great for Lethal Weapon. They know it's going badly. They're backing out. They do keep their medic alive for now. But again, they're 2 men down, Shadowburn and Forsaken, trying to make this soldier hold work. Both soldiers trying to spam down or hit those air shots. The Reason soldiers jump forward.
Nice shot
coming out there. Forsaken has survived for now, but he's about to get manhandled by all these Reason players. And like, that decision is something I've seen Lethal Weapon do a few times where they're like, yeah, we've got 2 soldiers up, we can hold this, but like, you really can't up against like 2 enemy soldiers and a demo man, because you're trying to shoot the soldiers who are jumping at you, and Cadis is just going to keep spamming up. But now here comes the Uber charge finally for Reason as they push towards last. Half eco's gone down. The heavy weapons guy of Monty doing a good job of just pushing them back, but the repush is going to come in from Reason. Zub slightly ahead of his teammates here. Skeege is forcing the play onto the point, and again Cadis just loves to play this lower sticky spam. He's not really committing to the point until he knows. Oh, Walters is just going to dance around, clean up the frags there, and again, like, I think pretty much every push onto last, Cadis has favoured playing from lower there, just spamming stickies onto the point from a position where he can't really be contested, and it's worked out really well so far. Just really smart demo plays there.
Yeah, that was very good, and I think Reason we're kind of toying with Lethal Weapon a little bit there. Lethal Weapon are looking a little bit shaken up, and we'll see what they pull out for this mid. Shadowburn goes for an immediate bomb on Cadis and gets him. He gets the trade, essentially, and this is looking kind of shaky because Lethal Weapon didn't push on off of that, and they're gonna get cleaned up here. And Reason kind of just solidly take that. Atomic is the only spawn, and he's the only one left. He's in a 1v1 versus Walters, but he loses that duel.
Lethal Weapon struggling to stop the momentum here from Reason. Shadowburn finds himself overcommitted there. He couldn't escape back into the lobby. He's going to give away an easy pick. And as if Lethal Weapon needed this, they're already at an Uber disadvantage. They've got Forsaken looking like he's about to die there. Surfs around in through the roller door, but sniper shots didn't connect. But he sets up the frag for Atomic onto Zub. The Ubers come in here, and again, just playing that point straight up. Reason stack the point, and use the Uber players to block. And there's nothing that Lethal Weapon can do here. This is a little bit of a masterclass on logjam. Pushing last here from Reason. I think like their conversion rate on these last pushes must be like 100% almost from what I've seen.
Yeah, definitely.
Making the stats up as I go along, but they're doing really well pushing last. That's what I'm trying to say.
We see Death going lower. Kate is kind of locking them out, and he has his choke red, and I don't think the Russians can win this out without a crazy bomb. But Kate is just this is literally like a children's book he's reading right now. There's not much that Lethal Weapon can do when they're just getting denied so hard. Yeah, they definitely look a little shaken. Tom was kind of out there for no reason, really, when the rest of his team were backing up. And they're going to just hold last. They don't have a choice. But the saving grace is that Whiteglow stayed alive. He got out early, and he hasn't been picked yet. And so they're going to have a full Uber to defend against this. And they have a heavy in this. Oh, they're converting frags against Reason.
Was that the 3-man suicide? Or was that just a failed push?
I think it was just a failed push. It didn't really look very... Yeah, it definitely looked like a... And Forsaken gets the force, and Waiko doesn't even need to pop. That's ridiculous. This is looking really good for Lethal Weapon. They really want this round. I can feel it.
Yeah, Skeez did his best there. Like, he was brave. He didn't pop till he had 40 health left. But it seems like Cadis couldn't find the damage just right in that moment. They weren't able to get the foresight. But like, this middle previously, you know, it was really strong for the defenders here. But now with these new log piles and the more closed off routes from the cave, like, the Uber is going to be almost on top of them by the time they see it coming. But do decide to not take this sort of close route there. They come out on their side of middle, then show themselves. They get the frag onto Captain. They don't have to pop their Uber charge either. They kill off Hathiko as well. And Walters looks like he wants to give his life away, but does think twice about it. He's backed off to regroup with his team here. Skeege only at 60%. And we see Lethal Weapon moving in, favouring the left-hand side here on the attacker perspective. They got Death sort of pushing forward here as a first wave. Oh, and he's going to go down to Walters, who comes in. Surprise, motherfucker. And now White Glow pops off onto Forsaken. Forsaken with the close range air shot onto Zub there, jumping in for the force, but White Glow's horribly committed. Like, at what cost?
Oh, no. He gets donked. I don't know why White Glow stayed in. It was already, by that time, it was going to be a bad Uber, so he could have just left Forsaken with the last of the Uber and just kept, you know, stayed alive. But now, Reason are going to push back out.
Oh, they know Shadowburn's behind. They're trying to deal with it. He's buying time, but like seconds, literally, he's just being gibbed there. His teammates are respawning on middle, but they can't really contest. Death's trying to spam some pipes towards the point, but they need to be thinking about how they're going to try and buy themselves vital seconds, vital percent on that Uber meter here on mid. Just all standing on the point together. They need to be holding a little closer. They need to make it difficult. This focus from Forsaken and Death on that log room is leaving a little opportunity for Walters to peek in from the flank. It's going to be Walters sort of drawing them towards the med pack. They're trying to find these different angles, but the Ubers come in. Cadis is going to jump forward. He knows White Glow's on the point, launches him away with a cannonball. White Glow's sort of been saved by that, but there's 3-4 players behind right now. Reason are going to stand on the point. They know that they're taking a little risk here. The back cap has begun, but they have it already so capped, so stacked that they're confident they're going to be able to get that. Cadis manages to force Death. The creator, he tried to carpet bomb there from high, and like, this is just a scramble coming out from Lethal Weapon. They know they've made a mistake. They're trying to find that all-important pick. Oh, they kill Skeege, but White Glow survives. This is powerful for Lethal Weapon. If only they weren't 4 players down.
Although White Glow gets out and now he's healing, so he has a 100% advantage right now, and they're going to try and push out of this. They pop, and they're not going to get the point though. So they got to get some frags here, and Forsaken doing good on this. He gets 2 and maybe a 3rd frag if he just, yeah, there you go. And this is looking really good for Lethal Weapon now, all of a sudden.
Happy Kill and Walters trying to, you know, keep Skeege alive here, do some damage, maybe catch someone who wants to overextend in their crosshair. But Zub has been caught out there. Captain's hiding in the sort of forward spawn here on middle. His teammates have spawned way back. He's just distracting here, like he's just going to keep playing this peekaboo game, but I think the call comes in that the rest of them don't want to contest, so he spawned back to last. He's going to move forward, but Zub is still down. Man advantage for Lethal Weapon. They're not going to wait for Uber. They're already pushing in from log room here. Cadis sees it. He's holding close. He's got the heals from Skeege. He's able to control that doorway as Walters wins the one-on-one with Atomic. Walters currently on a 5k streak here on this life, and Lethal Weapon with 2 down still want to continue here. Like, Reason are just lapping this up. They're loving this. Please come at us. Give us more frags, but maybe they've been a little bit too cocky there. Monty finds Captain. Death onto Zub. Reason go in and get the force here. Gage is milking it. This is really touch and go though, because even though they milk the Uber, they're still slightly outnumbered when these spawns are coming in for Lethal Weapon. And Happy Kill's taking the one-on-one with Shadowburn in the lobby. Zub's going to come in and help him, but Cadis is trying to control the choke at the same time on his own. Lethal Weapon are starting to walk in. Atomic's the first in, but his teammates are too slow. They're not going to be able to take advantage of that. They're going to have to sit back a middle, and it's like neck and neck in the Uber race here, man.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, the teams are going to just see. They're gonna stabilize finally. That was a very drawn out, very odd fight, I gotta say. But they're gonna stabilize finally, and they're gonna see what the way in is to this mid.
Defensive sticky trap there from Cadis. He's hoping that Lethal Weapon want to push, but as it stands, they have to. You know, they're 3 rounds down. Just under 5 minutes left on the clock. This is Reason Gaming coming up with some clock play right now. There's no reason at all for them to push.
Yeah, that's the right move to make, and they're getting a lot of good spam off, and that they get a slightly earlier force from White Glow, And Forsaken's gonna try and do something to this. Oh, Shadowburn gets the frag on Captain, and this is kind of looking a little bit back and forth, and looks like Lethal Weapon are gonna actually get the second point.
They have better health, but they've got fewer players here, and they're gonna make the call to back out through cave. Zub's trying to keep them bottled up here. Death's trying to find him with the stickies. Zub on 6 health gets the arrow from Skeege. Gonna hit him with another one. They're bringing him back to life. Walters will be up in 5 seconds, but as we said, like, Reason don't need to push here. All they need to do is defend. It's gonna go into another little reset here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, Reason is definitely playing the game of attrition, not only of time, but it's kind of easy to see that, like, Lethal Weapon's kind of falling apart a little bit here. And Reason, just for whatever reason, have everything set up, and there's gonna be a
Why did Skeetus do that? Oh, he doesn't survive.
Man, no.
If he'd landed on top of that wooden fence, he wouldn't have cratered, but like, he stayed really aggressive to do as much damage as possible. Then he managed to survive on the Uber. Not on his Uber, but like on the enemy Uber.
I think it's very shortly going to be dead time, because there's just about 3 minutes left. And
I think Lethal Weapon can take this round, man. Like, they just need to go ASAP.
Yeah.
I guess
it's gonna be very tight to get it to a 5-5 if they really want to go for that. But assuming they just want to get as many rounds as they can right now, they should really be pushing. They're gonna build in. They're gonna get the Uber, because they're gonna, you know, that'll give them the insurance to actually get the round.
They're playing, you know, they're not giving themselves any room for error here. They're hoping this Uber push is going to work. Can't even scout ahead to realise that there's a Pyro and a Heavy. They're going to at least hear the Heavy. But here come the Soldiers. It's going to be Shadowburn and Forsaken coming in from main. And they're, looks like they want to focus the point. They're just going to fake the Uber aggression and draw them all onto the point. But the flash has lasted for a little too long. I'm not sure if either of them had Pain Train either, but like, it was a good idea. They sort of faked that the Uber was going to be aggressive into the comp. But Atomic's
sitting
on the back
behind the point, and he doesn't get the frag on the Heavy. That's really tragic. That would have been a great play, but to salvage that push. But Reason are going to just keep going in, knowing that they have a full Uber advantage and a scout down on Lethal Weapon. And now a Soldier down as well. I think this might be dead time now. 2 minutes left, and 3 rounds just to even it up. It's not likely, in my opinion. And the Skeege pops into second. They're gonna chase. They're just gonna push Lethal Weapon out.
Look at the fight on middle. Monty's going in for the block here.
Wow.
3 players behind for Lethal Weapon. Atomic, Monty, and Shadowburn have managed to block the cap.
Wow.
Forsaken has just ditched Whiteglow, left him for dead again. And now he's coming in to meet up with Shadowburn and Atomic. And they've killed off the entire Reason flank here. Walter's captain and Skeege trying to contest middle, but Walter's going to win that one-on-one with Atomic in the blue log room. There's air shots being whipped out there. A crossbow frag from Whiteglow onto Walters. It's all just mayhem here in this sort of dead time period. A minute left on the clock, but that's not going to be enough time for Lethal Weapon to overcome this 3-round disadvantage. Hapical practicing his scout DM with Monty here at log room, tries to run around, but Whiteglow gets another frag here. He's on a 2k.
Making his stats look really good.
Yeah, man.
Sorry, team,
Indeed.
but I carried you really hard. Where were you on this day?
This is why Forsaken leaves him alone. He doesn't need to protect him. Atomic's coming in, he's poking from that lower entrance, trying to run onto the point. Forsaken's going to jump in, draw the action there, and
they're going to get
Lethal Weapon will get around. That's good. Like, they're going to save a little bit of face here.
Yep. The GGs are getting called, though. But yeah.
What do scorelines actually mean in TF2? You know, on these 5 CP maps, the last map was a lot closer than the scoreline told, but this map was a lot more one-sided than the scoreline might suggest.
Yeah, this one was definitely a little more one-sided. Yeah.
We need a new metric for sure.
There were more rounds played overall, so that kind of helps out. Like, you can tell the rounds were a little bit faster, and obviously since Reason won that out, they had more rounds and they were a little bit more together on pushes and stuff like that. In that, ooh, sorry, give me a sec.
No problem, man. We'll probably try and get a few Reason players in for interview, but I did anger them last time by dragging in too many players from Suave. Please forgive me, kiddos. It was an oversight on my part, but looking at the logs right now, DavidTheWin has produced him. Forsaken again, top damage, but sort of unimpressive stats in that he's died. Oh, actually more than he fragged this time. He's taken a lot of damage. He's soaked up a lot of heals, but like, at what cost to the rest of his teammates? He's tanking, he's doing damage, but I feel like those heals could be better used. Anyway,
Very much so, yeah.
Kadis almost hitting 300 DPM. He is immune to the Demo Man nerf. He actually was second in terms of frags, but Walter's like, he's really setting himself up for a strong season here. Another big performance, 30 frags, 13 assists, and 13 deaths. Kill to assist to death ratio of 3.3. In fact, the entirety of Reason are like up there in the top 5 when you rank it that way.
That's really impressive. Walter's had a really solid game. I'm really surprised we never saw him snipe, actually. I was kind of expecting that on both maps, honestly. But it actually didn't happen, which is really surprising. But he played a really solid scout game.
Skeej producing big heals again, but actually 2 drops in that map. Didn't really seem to matter. Like, he's slightly behind the rest of his team when you look at that kills and assists per death. Probably because they had a few unnecessary deaths, 2 drops. But I guess the sort of hectic nature of the game, maybe he wasn't always with the people who were getting the frags. It was a little bit crazy, but Reason were in control after like the first, I don't know, 7 or 8 minutes. You know, it went 1-0 down. They tied it up. Then they were 2 rounds behind. It must have been another, the halfway point. It was 2-2, right? But then they just seemed to get that momentum. It was like 4 rounds in a row.
Yep.
And they never looked back. We've got to look at the all-important stat, though, air shots. It's a tie between Zub and Shadowburn. They will win some sort of pixel
7
trophy.
on both?
Decent. Forsaken playing pocket again, manages to find the time to get 2 headshots, but no backstabs this time, you know. DavidTheWin, he's prompting you. He's trying to get you to say this, you know, stereotypical American nonsense.
Well,
go ahead.
It's because Euros don't strafe.
America, fuck yeah. Someone's asking in Twitch, is there another game? There was another game, but it was on Team Fortress TV 2 at the same damn time. I don't know what the score was in that. Maybe someone on Twitch is going to tell us. But Lego versus Swab was happening. We'll probably get an update on that. It could have been, I imagine it was over really quickly. Both these maps went the full 30 minutes, you know what I'm saying, man? I think Lego probably didn't last that long against Swab. I'm just saying, man, That's my prediction. But let's see what we can do about getting an interview. Can I, you know, rebuild that bridge I burned last week? I gotta promote as well, of course, the ETF2L fundraiser. Gonna spam that link in chat. It's still going until March the 8th or something, so I really need to get that article out about the fact that the guy who donates the most overall, or girl, will be able to lay their hands on Darn's Dignitas shirt from I-43 as worn by Darn when the last time he ever played under the Dignitas banner at an offline event. He gave that shirt to me. I've kept it safe all these years. And now I'm willing to give it away for a good cause. So currently the highest bid is €251, or the highest total donation. So anyone who can, you know, beat that, the shirt is yours. I think I might put in a bid higher than that, you know, probably at like 11:59 on the 8th of March. I want to keep that shirt. I'm not lying. I don't know why I put it up. I really regret it. It's going to cost me though. I'm going to have to pay through the nose for it, mana.
Oh boy. Yeah, you will, but it'll be worth it because this fundraiser, man, it's looking really good. I put in a little bit of money too, and it's getting really close to the 3,000 euro goal. And it's going to be very interesting how this fundraiser goes and how it affects the rest of the seasons or future seasons. And I think it'll be good.
I'm not entirely sure if there is a plan beyond let's see what happens, but I've been impressed by the generosity of Europe. You know, it was all me and Saito, to be honest. Like we raised all the funds on that one show match. I swear it was all us. We should get extra perks. Actually, some of the perks are that you can have Sideshow cast your game, or me. There are interviews coming up, guys, don't worry. As I'm blabbing on here, I see Cadis joining us in Mumble. Maybe we can get some other reason, guys. Russians never want an interview, I'm going to ask anyway. Actually, I've only got Death still on my friends list. Forsaken seemed to delete me because he's fucking emo bitch. But if you